Now that we have our case put together, we need to actually process the data. So in order to do that, once we're back on this screen, we'll click File, Import, Electronic Discovery, and it will bring us to our data import screen and our eDiscovery loader. Okay. There's a couple things that are really important here. One is the default target folder. The way that we create this folder structure, new folder, is by having the custodian name, and then underneath the custodian name we have separate folders. Right? We have email, and we also have loose files. For the default custodian, we're going to click on Bo Kurowski. We're going to add it. Click OK. And now we should be able to find it. And then the doc ID seed. Now this is a really important thing. A couple different things with the doc ID seed. When we're doing these, we want to process all the sets of data, typically using the company information, right? Not the custodian information, because it means that if you do the custodian information, every time you do a new custodian, you have to reset the doc ID seed. If you use a company naming convention instead, it will automatically track that information. So once you do a production, or once you do a set of processing, the next time you do another set of processing, it will automatically have the right number in there. I typically like to use, let's say for these, because these are Enron documents, so I'll do ENRINT, which stands for internal, and that way we know that this naming convention is an internal doc ID number rather than a Bates number or a produced set of documents. I typically like to use 8 digits from a standpoint of a lot of times the cases, attorneys will say that there's not that many documents, but it ends up that there are. So if you only do 4 or 5 digits, it only allows, for example, 4 digits allows you 9,999 pages or 9,999 documents in this circumstance. So if you go over 10,000, it won't sort properly once you put it into the database. And it becomes a big problem. So make sure that you use enough digits and pad with enough zeros so that if you're going to 1,000,000 records, you won't have a problem. The next part right down here is the source queue. This is actually where we're going to put the documents that we're going to process. So you can do it one of 2 different ways. One is you can click on the add menu, and you can click an Outlook folder or a folder or files, things along those lines. Or if you go out to a specific location, I have this information. Here's my raw data. I'm going to sort this by type. And so I'm going to select all the files that are not email. Once I have these selected, there we go. I can just click and drag these into this section, and you'll see that we have 223 files. And we can go actually to the next tab, which is the settings, which you can either get through here or through here, the next button. And I will save these for the next video.